Hey everyone, welcome to another installment of Harry Potter Theory. Today, we're going to be discussing Draco Malfoy and helicopters? This video was inspired by a quote from Draco in Chapter 9 of the Philosopher's Stone, where he claims to have knowledge of the muggle invention, despite most of the wizarding world's obliviousness to what goes on in muggle society. Here we see Draco Malfoy boasting about escaping from helicopters. He, Malfoy, complained loudly about first years never getting on the house Quidditch teams, and told long, boastful stories that always seemed to end with him narrowly escaping muggles in helicopters. It seems highly unlikely that Draco, of all people, would know anything about helicopters, as he came from a pure-blood family. That is, a family that would rather not even acknowledge the existence of muggles. But why is that? Why don't wizards care about or leverage the existence of muggle technologies? And more importantly, how does Draco know about helicopters? I seriously doubt that the Malfoys live anywhere near muggles, so the chances of him running into one seem very slim. Is Draco even telling the truth? Well, the first thing that I want to acknowledge is that according to the books, at least some wizards are aware of muggle flight methods. Even Arthur Weasley, who questions the function of a rubber duck and who doesn't know the proper name for electricity, knows what an airplane is and that its function is to fly. Arthur even questions how they are able to do this in the books. "Arthur, is that you?" "Yes," came Mr. Weasley's weary voice, "but I would say that even if I were a Death Eater, dear. Ask the question." "Oh, honestly. Molly." All right. What is your dearest ambition?" "To find out how aeroplanes stay up." And though Arthur worked in the misuse of Muggle artifacts office, he seemed to possess an, oddly, below-average level of knowledge when it came to Muggles. This is proven by the fact that third-year Hogwarts students, young children, wrote full-length papers on why Muggles needed electricity, where Arthur knew nothing of it. Provided that Arthur, a character who seems to possess little knowledge about Muggle technologies, knows about airplanes, then it doesn't seem entirely improbable that Draco would know about helicopters, another form of air transportation. But, bearing all of this in mind, I still have my doubts about Draco's claims. Boastful stories about escaping helicopters seems highly unlikely, especially if we consider the fact that Draco was a young wizard with the trace on him, and that flying near helicopters would be a direct violation of the most important wizarding law, the International Statute of Secrecy. I'm 99.99% sure that Draco Malfoy was fibbing, but he did have a good foundation for his fibs, as there have been several reported instances of famous Quidditch players having run-ins with helicopters. For example, Fabius Watkins, captain and chaser of the Montrose Magpies, died in a collision with a helicopter. Most likely scenario, Draco heard this story and decided to make his own version. And that's it for this video. If you enjoy the content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, remember, it does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live.